In this beautiful cold white afternoon with fog and snow, I'm standing in the beautiful town of Masuleh. It's actually a very small village in northern Iran in the Gilan province, and as you can see, it has a very unique architecture where each building, the roof of the building is the terrace of the next level up, and it's really famous in Iran. It's really beautiful, and you can't see because of the fog today, but you know, the scenery, the mountains, that way, it's just wonderful. It's really beautiful. Now Masuleh is very famous because of how beautiful it is, but also it's a really important heritage site in Iran. This location, it has been occupied since the Iron Age. It's very old, and in particular this particular town, it has been continuously occupied for 700 or 800 years. It's a 700 or 800 year old village. Now Masuleh is also famous for being a location for various freedom fighters throughout history because of its particular geographic isolation and difficult terrain, the mountains, the really dense jungles, and really cold temperature. It has been used many times by freedom fighters as a stronghold. And the last famous freedom fighter who used Masuleh as a base, as one of his many bases, was Mirza Kuchik Khan. Mirza Kuchik Khan was the head of the jungle movement in about 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, in World War I, when they started fighting the Russian occupation. You know, in World War I, the Russians and the British attacked Iran, invaded Iran, and Mirza Kuchik Khan was one of the freedom fighting groups, and the jungle movement, they were one of the freedom fighting groups who were fighting the Russians. And when the Russian Revolution happened and the Russian withdrew, Mirza Kuchik Khan and his group continued fighting the corrupt Qajar government. In particular, you know, the Qajar government, one of the kings, the Muhammad Ali Shah, he used army and used cannons to blow up the parliament and reinstate as a dictator, and Mirza Kuchik Khan fought them in conjunction, in collaboration with various other groups. Now, there's a really interesting story that happened here when Mirza Kuchik Khan was under siege in this particular location. My father-in-law tells us a story of a man who had a large hole in his chin. This is, you know, in the old times, many years ago, this old guy who had a massive hole in his chin bone, and he had to use a handkerchief to tie up his chin. He couldn't eat, he just had to, you know, drink, have soup and things like that. And this guy, you know, as the story goes, this guy was part of the Kazak Brigade who besieged Masuleh while Mirza Kuchik Khan was hiding here. And at the night, this guy was smoking, and it's in the pitch black, really dark. One of the sharpshooters of Mirza Kuchik Khan sees this, you know, the light from his cigarette, and shoots the cigarette light. He notices, you know, there must be a guy smoking. I'm going to shoot that guy, and the bullet goes through the jawbone of this guy. Now, it's a really interesting story, and I want to leave you, finish this video with a thought about Masuleh women. In particular, Masuleh women are famous for being warriors and helping their men throughout the history. You know, when Masuleh was under siege many times by various forces, and in particular in Mirza Kuchik Khan and the jungle movement, they played a very important role. There were some women who helped with the supply, but more interestingly, more fascinatingly, there were women who would pick up arms and join the group and fight the various invading forces. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this beautiful video of the beautiful Masuleh. I hope you get a chance to come down and visit Masuleh for yourself in real life. Thank you so much.